Hello, my name is Brad Anthony and I'm here to talk to you about the Adapt brand rollerblade. I've had the opportunity the last few years to skate these skates. When they first hit the market, I reached out to Peter and Olga through Facebook. We developed a relationship. I was kind of open for different opportunities and suggestions to work with the skate brand. So they started sending me skates to kind of create a market buzz in America, just to get a little bit of excitement going. It was a new brand, people didn't know much about it. Nobody was skating for them yet or really skating on them, especially in the United States. This is the first skate that I had the opportunity to mess with. It was sent to me 3 bitter colds ago, and I took it to the trade show and just set up a little booth, just one skate. I didn't even have 2 skates. Let different people get a chance to hold them, feel them, see the skins, see the craftsmanship that went into it. So I will just tell you a little bit about where this skate began and where it's came ever since then. On this particular model, you can see that it does look pretty similar. The lines haven't changed on the one. This leather is the very first leather they use. It's a very high-end, genuine leather liner on the inside and outside. It's a skin that goes over the carbon Kevlar shell, which has a very small raised heel. The newer boot has some changes in it, some improvements in the heel design and stuff, but I won't get into that too much yet. There's a lot to say about this particular skate. It's an exciting skate. It was the first model. A few other people were able to purchase this model, but soon after we realized that it just wasn't the right skate for the market at the time. It has a pretty low V-cut cuff in the back, and like I said, it comes with the 100% genuine pig leather lining. It was great for heat molding. It really fit well to your foot. Very comfortable, very cozy. Not exactly the market that we were wanting at the time, so we decided that we would change things up a bit. You could see that we used the metal eyelets. Peter and Olga decided that those would be the most sturdy to hold in the wax lacing. This one doesn't have a buckle. I actually removed the strap. I just tried it on a different pair of skates for that particular material. I skated this skate for about 6 months and had a little bit of trouble with the bolts lining up in the bottom. So, I did some experimenting, drilled some holes, messed around a little bit. Soon after, Peter was gracious enough to send me a second pair of skates, which we'll get to that. But first, I want to look at what was the next in the design process for the company, which was the vegan model. A person that they really liked skating the skates told them that would be a great idea, and they developed the vegan skate, which was the same skate, different lines, and they didn't use leather. They didn't use genuine leather. So it still had the great look, the very classic look of the Adapt brand skate and what they were going for, but they didn't use leather, which made it a lot more cost effective, and they were able to take the dollars saved and the technology and what they learned from that first skate and pump it into this new design, and this is what they came out with. So you can see, so I'll bring up both skates, we can look at differences in the models. First, they did little minor details, just started thinking about things like they lowered the cuff and they lowered where the strap actually sets in the boot. You can see the bolts are a little bit lower. They went from this loop to this grab, from this holder right here, from this one to this one. They kept pretty much the same lines. They changed up a little bit here just to kind of give it a little bit of a different look. They still stuck with the wax lacing, which is great, very strong. If you notice right here on the eyelets, they added one here, which wasn't here, so it gave it a little bit more durability for pulling and increased the integrity here of the skate to hold your foot in, to lock in that heel. On the tongue shifted quite a bit on this model. It is Velcroed. They all have this Velcro, but this one shifted a little bit, so they added this loophole right here to kind of pass your laces through. That way you would have more integrity when tightening up your skate as well. The V-cut is not as deep, and they went back, heightened the V-cut, and then they took the cuff area and filled it in with this neoprene. And then the actual lining material itself, they went from the pig leather, and this is when they first started trying the nylon mesh, which is what they use now in their skates. So this skate right here, this particular one belonged to Andrew Broom, and I believe Russell Day skated for a little while. You can see it held up pretty good. No major abrasions to it or marking on the actual material. It's a very rigid material, very tough. The shell for this one has been heat molded. All the shells are heat moldable, and it had been fit around one of their ankles, so it's already been shaped for that. I was able to put it on a skate. This is a size 7, and this is a size 7.5. You can see that there's not a big difference in that. It's actually pretty close to being the same. I was able to skate both of them. A little bit of toe pain in this one. I typically wear an 8 in most other skates, and I was able to size down in this one due to the fact you just don't have a liner. So helps with weight, actually decreases your weight, and it also helps with the fact that it just looks good. Everybody likes having that small foot. It's better for control, and yes, actually I like the way that it looks. So moving on, we went from the vegan model to a one model which had similar things, and we'll bring that up next. This was my next model that I received, and I got this quite a while ago. This one you can see has definitely had a lot more life. This one I started sending around from different skate shops and scenes. I wanted people to be able to try it out. It actually has a vegan strap on it right now, so it's a little bit more shredded. This particular pair just came from a little bit further in the south from where I live. A guy had held them for a few months and put some real beatings to them. Before him, a few other people had them. I got to skate on them for a little while. Found it most effective that people wanted to just be able to see the skate and try the skate so they could develop their own opinion about it. This one you can see again has the metal eyelets, and it had wax laces, but they were replaced with hockey laces just to be able to pull really tight on it. The toe area kind of gave in a little bit after skating a concrete skate park for several months in a row, but still no major defects to the skate. The carbon Kevlar has held up very well. The skin has held up very well. These were skated for almost every single day for a solid year by different people on different feet. Both the left and the right have significant damage to the skin, but nothing too major. It held up really well. This was a real leather skin, genuine leather skin. Also has the mesh lining instead of the pig leather, like I said, that went away, so this uses the mesh lining. This model was available with the genuine leather strap. It has been replaced with a vegan strap. Over time, just testing out different things, see what would work. The V-cut cuff from the vegan that had been lifted higher from the original one model was added to this, as well as the nylon mesh lining. This one came with gray because they were prototypes. Let's see, what other types of things have happened with this particular boot. I like it. I like the fact this one was definitely my favorite model. I got to skate so many improvements, so many small minor adjustments that I don't even know everything. I mean, Peter and Olga really dissected the skate and found out what needs to be changed, what needs to be improved, and that's one great thing about the brand is it's constantly improving, constantly evolving, constantly just trying to make a better skate for each skater. So this model was definitely my favorite. It has the higher cuff. It has so many great things about this skate. I really like this skate. I like the new lining was a lot more comfortable. The cuff was a little bit wider. This is a 7.5 shell. My toes fit perfect in this. That is a European. I can't really see it. I believe it's a Euro 40, 7.5 shell. I skated this one for about a year, passed it around, and then about 6 months ago I received this one in the mail. This was a Ben Harmonis 1 prototype skate, never made it to market. It was an all white, genuine leather skate, had Ben logo stamped on the back, and this skate was incredible. It is incredible, might I say. It had the eyelets that were added lower for increased heel support. It has the higher cuff, higher V-cut cuff. It came with the new sole plates, 6-point sole plates that had, you were able to not have so much left or right with your sole plate. It locked it in instead of just having the 2 bolts, which most carbon shells do. Still had the metal eyelets on the genuine leather skin, kept the same lines. Changed up the buckle of the strap a little bit, added this rigid material to it. They added this protector for your bolts so you didn't rip the strap as much. Added the new strap instead of the original loop. Increased the thickness of the tongue. Added the loophole for the lacing system. What else did we? Oh my goodness, they did so many great improvements to this skate. This skate had a lot of the guts were changed up. Some of the meshing in the carbon Kevlar, you can see different patterns from some of the models I showed earlier. It's still very rigid. This one actually has a completely flat sole, no raised heel whatsoever on the boot, so it keeps you locked down into the sole. You were able to have less heel lift inside the skate because of the padding was increased on the Achilles tendon area. Same wax laces. It's a genius idea. They pull very tight. This was a great skate. I really like this skate. I've enjoyed skating this skate. It's actually the current model that I do skate. This one has what they call the ice. It's a UHMW like material that is used for the sole plates. Actually, I have one of the sole plates. I can talk about that a little bit. This is the symmetric sole plate. This is a great product. It is super hard, super fast, super durable. It lasts. If you guys don't know anything about the symmetrics yet, what this means is this sole plate is completely symmetrical. So if you were to put it on a left skate like so, and you wear down the left sole on the toe area, a lot of people tend to put most of their weight on their sole foot on the toe area. You could simply remove this plate and the other plate. This one isn't as time consuming because it only has the 2 bolts. The other ones have the smaller bolts holding it in for the 6 mount plate. And you could take this and flip it over, grab the right skate, flip it over to this boot, and then that toe area that had been worn down now moves to the back, and you have a little bit better area in the front. Very creative idea. Something people have been talking about in the industry for a long time, and they actually executed that idea. This was one of the very first sole plates I received. It's cut from CNC, straight from the block of material, so there's no pouring process. It doesn't lose its integrity because of heat. It's it's pure. It's hard. It slides very fast, very fast on all surfaces, waxed, unwaxed, metal, any ledge. It's a great sole plate. It can be put on different boots if you want. You can order these straight from their website. You can also try these on different skates if it's on different models. So that's about it. All in all, I really love the Adapt brand skate. It's a great company. They're doing really great things for our sport. Constantly improving, constantly finding ways to make a better skate for a skater. Tell about this wonderful grassroots company that's making so many great changes and improvements to our industry, as well as constantly developing and improving a product that is here to stay for a long time. Thanks for checking it out.